Where are we at? Well, we are in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we're looking at, says pastor and city deputy chief arrested for alleged, some words the algorithm don't like. But this is where we're at. I might have to say here in a minute because I got to read something else. These are short little videos that will show you the degenerate. So I'll go ahead and read through they're short. December 16, 2024, and there's an update. Shreveport, Louisiana. A pastor and retired high-ranking police officer with the Bossier, City Police Department has been arrested for alleged crimes involving a minor. On Monday, December 16th, Richard Broom Mcgee, 57, was booked into Cato Correctional Center on a charge of carnal knowledge of a juvenile. His bond was set at $150,000. The Cato Parish Sheriff's Office says this was a secret indictment, so they don't know who the investigating agency is. However, the Sheriff's Office made the arrest after being contacted by the District Attorney's Office. Okay. Not sure how they don't know. Anyway, Louisiana State Police say Mcgee allegedly committed Louisiana State Police say Mcgee allegedly committed the crime sometime between 1994 and 1999. That's been a long time ago. Wonder what else he's committed. We probably need to look into that. Mcgee served as deputy chief for the police department before his retirement. Officials with Bossier City, whatever it is, confirm he is a retired officer. But they say that since he was not arrested by Bossier authorities, the city will not be issuing a statement on the arrest. No comment. And then when they comment, you know it's going to be right. No comment. This isn't the first time Mcgee has been in trouble. In January 2023, the former deputy chief was put on leave for allegations of possible policy violations. Say he didn't violate some damn policies that often are in direct conflict with the law, that are often almost always in conflict with the Constitution, but that's where we're at. Mcgee is also a pastor at Embrace Me Ministries. Well, he took that all the way, didn't he? Anyway, back in February of 2020, Mcgee was honored by the church at the Black History Month program for being the first African American to hold the rank of deputy chief within the Bossier City Police Department. He was promoted to that role in 2015, and his crimes go back, what did I say, 94, into the 90s. And anyway, and Mcgee is also a part-time employee for Ballantine Ambulance Services. An official with the company says he works as needed and has been placed on leave while the investigation is ongoing. The company does not plan to release any further statement, of course. And then what is it going to be? No comment. Anyone who has been a victim of Mcgee is asked to come forward and tell investigators. Victims or those with more information should call Louisiana State Police 318-741-2740 or the Cato Parish District Attorney's Office Special Victims Unit at 318-226-6200. And that's all that is on that. Here's a couple of videos here they're not long, but here's a degenerate.
And new at 4, a once high-ranking Bossier police officer is on the wrong side of the law again. KSLA News 12 learned from the Cato Sheriff's Office that Cato DA issued a warrant for the arrest of Richard Broom Mcgee for alleged sex crimes involving a minor. Now today, Mcgee was booked into the Cato Correctional Center on a charge of carnal knowledge of a juvenile. His bond has been set at $150,000, and Mcgee served as deputy chief for the Bossier Police Department before his retirement. In 2023, he was put on leave for allegations about possible policy violations, and he is also a pastor at Embrace Me Ministries.
Of course he is. Stop. I gotta stop this. I'm not even gonna edit this out either. Stop. Alright, so we're not listening to you. We're going to the next one. And it's right here. What have you got to say for 43 seconds?
And thanks for joining joining us. I'm Doug Warner. We begin tonight
You're welcome,
with
Doug.
word of a top-ranking officer with the Bossier City Police Department being put on leave. That officer, Deputy Chief Richard Mcgee, who you see here from a previous KSLA report during the Day of Prayer event. We contacted BCPD today to confirm what we had been told. Their spokesperson didn't release specifics, only telling us that Deputy Chief Mcgee is on leave pending an investigation into alleged policy violations. He'd been with the department since 1991. This, of course, comes after two recent changes in leadership at police chief and a police sergeant being arrested by federal agents. When we learn more, we'll give you the first alert here on air and on the KSLA app.
I'm sure you will. And I'm going to stop. If I can't dig further into this one and figure out what that's about.
Hey,
Stop. Didn't I just tell you stop, Doug? Give me a minute. I'm working on it. Anyway, that's with that one. Carnal knowledge of a juvenile. And here's the update. Let me just jump one more time. Former Bossier City Police Deputy Chief arrested for carnal knowledge of a juvenile. Following the recent arrest of former Bossier City Deputy Chief Richard Mcgee, Louisiana State Police, at the request of and in partnership with Decatur Parish District Attorney's Office, encouraged anyone who is a victim or who has additional information to come forward and notify investigators. Victims of those or those with additional information may contact. There's the phone numbers that I read earlier and press release. December 16th, 2024. So almost 35 years, damn. And for what? Former Bossier City Police Deputy Chief arrested for carnal knowledge of a juvenile, Cato Parish, in January 2023 to Louisiana State Police Bureau of Investigation, Bossier Field Office. Received information regarding allegations of malfeasance. That's just a hyped up way of saying he broke the law. In office involving a former deputy chief with the Bossier City Police Department. The investigation resulted in the arrest of 57-year-old Richard Mcgee of Shreveport. Investigators learned that Mcgee committed the crime of felony. Wait a minute, back here, they said it was just carnal knowledge, which is a misdemeanor. They have upgraded it from December 16th to, this is December 16th. The other one just said carnal knowledge, which is a misdemeanor. This has been upgraded to felony carnal knowledge of a juvenile with at least one victim from 1994 to 1999. Now, in Louisiana, felony carnal knowledge of a juvenile is committed when 1. A person who is 17 years of age or older has the sexual intercourse with consent with a person who is 13 years of age or older, but less than 17 years of age, when the victim is not the spouse of the offender and when the difference between the age of the victim and the age of the offender is 4 years or greater. 13-year-old cannot legally give consent to sex. 14-year-old cannot legally give consent to sex. 15-year-old cannot legally give consent to sex. Which is probably why it was upgraded to felony. I don't know. A person commits a second or subsequent offense of misdemeanor carnal knowledge of a juvenile, or a person who has been convicted of one or more times of violating one or more crimes for which the offender is required to register as a sex offender. RS 15-542 commits a first offense of misdemeanor carnal knowledge of a juvenile, and then it just goes into that. Anyway, they've upgraded him to felony carnal knowledge of a juvenile. As a result of the investigation, the information obtained, an arrest warrant was obtained through the first JDC charging Mcgee with felony carnal knowledge of a juvenile. At approximately 11 a.m. today, Mcgee was arrested and booked in the Decatur Correctional Center on the above charge. To report suspicious or criminal activity in your community, the Louisiana State Police online reporting system is available to the public through a convenient, anonymous, and secure reporting form that is submitted to the appropriate investigators. The form can be accessed by using this right here and clicking the report suspicious or criminal activity. All right, and that's where we're at with that one. That degenerate, that complete waste of space. Can we ever get rid of them?
We begin tonight with word of a top.
He's not sure what his punishment's going to be, but he's still been receiving his retirement and pay.
Officer with the Bossier City Police Department being put on leave. That officer,
right here, the absolute waste of air. Under the prison isn't good enough, and don't put them in zigzag. put their ass in general population. Won't take long for people to know who this one is, and just let nature take its course. Could we just do that? Could we do that? Could we just put them in there and just have a nice day, see you next week, and be done with it? That's what we need to do. That's what they need to start doing. If they don't start making he has been in law enforcement since the 90s. Do you think this is the first time this has happened? And I'm going to dig into him, and I'm going to keep looking, and I'm almost betting I'm going to find something else about this damn degenerate. So, let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Also, again, 90% of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. What are you doing? You're sitting right here looking at your computer. You got your phone right there in your hand. Just click the button. Like and share and subscribe. And I'm out of here.